Look at all that smoke. It's making it hard to breathe. I can smell and taste the smoke in the air. It's like one big campfire. My lungs are working overtime today. Probably not the best day. Not the best day to come out. We're still getting some views, but smoke, eh? I don't know if you guys can see that smoke. Like it's just starting to accumulate here. It's like a bingo hall in the 80s. Any of you that have been in a bingo hall in the 80s. In British Columbia, every year, there's hundreds of forest fires or wildfires, whatever you want to call them. And on Vancouver Island, especially the southern Vancouver Island, we don't, it doesn't impact us as much other than sometimes getting the smoke from forest fires from far, far away coming in and socking in the place with the forest fire smoke. And that's what we got going on right now. This year, though, the forest fires are a little more personal to me. I know people that are being directly affected by them. And, it's sad. And people that have lost homes and businesses. And, we're just in the middle of this forest fire season. This year, we also have a forest fire a little closer to home. Right now, it's just north of a town called Sooke. And it's up in a park. I was actually hiking that park not too long ago in March, and I tried to make it up to Black Bear Mountain. I don't think Black Bear Mountain is going to be the same as it was before. I'll try to find a picture and show it here. But the forest fire is in that area, and it's currently out of control. So they haven't tamed it yet. It's also close to our water supply, the main water supply for Victoria. So if it gets over there, that could be a real problem. I don't know how the infrastructure is set up, but it certainly could get into our water supply and clog up whatever filters they've got going. So that also impacts me. But I'm also concerned about the people in Sooke, because this is very close to them, and they've been, told to get a go bag ready, be prepared. Because I think they said it's about 9 kilometers away from Sooke. That's, long distance walking, but certainly not for a fire in dry conditions. Sure does make the sun look pretty in the sky, though. They believe the fire outside of Sooke started, they believe it was human caused. Now, we don't know what that means, because while we have a fire ban, which means that you can't have an open flame, so you can't have a campfire, you can't have any sort of wood fire, you can have gas stoves. So it could be that somebody was firing a butane stove up and it tipped over. They don't know at this point in time. One of the places that I've passed through a number of times in my youth on the way to Alberta is Jasper, the national park there. It too has been affected by forest fires, and it came in and burnt the town. Not sure how much of the town, but quite a bit. It's quite devastating to see that happen in such a beautiful place. And my heart goes out to all the people that have lost their homes. I mean, how awful is that? You lose your home, all those memories, any keepsakes you had, just gone. So the fire ban's been on since last weekend. They believe, so the fire was spotted on Monday, but on Sunday, in the evening, I saw a blood red sun, which is a telltale sign that there's smoke up there. There's something affecting the light coming through. So kind of makes me think that the fire has been going since then. We're Saturday now, so we'll see how it goes. It's supposed to get cooler coming up and maybe we'll get some rain. So hopefully that helps. So if you're out in the back country and it doesn't matter whether it's a fire ban or not, if it's tinder dry like it is now, then really consider what you're doing. If it's a fire ban, definitely no fires. I mean, just don't do it. It's not worth the risk to you and to everybody else. If you're using a gas stove, then be very, very careful with it. Make sure it's on a place that's not going to tip onto combustibles. And be very, very careful using it. If you're out off-roading and you're able to find a spot to go off-roading, be careful. Your exhaust gets super duper hot and it can catch grass on fire quite easily, especially if you rest on it, or if you go over to the dry grass and it gets caught up in your vehicle. It can be like a bird's nest and then catch fire that way. So we got to be careful out there. Incredible. If you see someone breaking a fire ban, being careless and stuff like that, don't do the name and shame and post it on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. Don't do that. That's not cool. What you need to do is you need to report it to the proper authorities, the conservation office or the police. Let them take care of it. They can properly handle it. They'll also gather all the facts and determine whether what you saw was legit or if you didn't see the full picture of what was going on. In the past, I told someone directly that what they were doing wasn't cool. Didn't really do much except for a lot of excuses from that person. Also remember that just because you're on a fire ban doesn't mean where somebody else is that they're on a fire ban. It may be a little bit different where they are. Weather conditions may be different. My main message though is to hold yourself personally responsible for what you do. And for those around you, influence them. Do your best to influence them to do the right thing. That's all we can ask for. And hope that these fires don't ruin more people's lives. So this is a little bit more of a serious video, but I felt it needed to be said. Conversation needs to be active. We need to think about these things. All right. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.